In this week's Parsha, we have two events which are very important. Number one, Avram shepherds and Lot shepherds. Avram and Lot have a parting of the way because, Lot, as we know, he's a good guy in many ways, but he also is very much into the money. And that's his thing. And his shepherds and Avram shepherds don't get along. In fact, Lot shepherds say, look at Abraham, he's going to get the land, but he's not going to live forever. He and his wife don't have children. Lot is the closest relative to Abraham, so therefore it's going to become Lot's. So, whereas Abraham's shepherds would make sure that their sheep did not eat from land that did not belong to Abraham, Lot's shepherds weren't so careful. They said it's going to become ours anyway. And so they have a parting of the way. Lot goes to Sodom, because that's where the big money is, and that's what he's into. Avram goes to Beersheba, and that was his base of operations. Then along comes the War of the Kings, as we know, and Lot is taken hostage. He's captured. Abraham, that's the only reason Avram gets involved in that war, because the two sides, they're sort of equally bad. But because of Lot, Avram has to take action. And he wins, he basically comes up with a strategy to win the war. He goes with the Torah says had 318 men. And then there's an Inyan that is a gematria that Eliezer's name in gematria is 318. So it's just Avram and Eliezer according to this midrash. But the point is that Avram is a man of action. He takes action. He goes and he does the right thing. He saves Lot, not because Lot is a tzaddik and does everything right, but because it's his relative. He goes out of his way to do that. Something that we Jews really have to learn from that. This is what we do. That when a Jew is captured, we do everything in our power to bring them back. Because that's what we do. That's what we're following the footsteps of Abraham. And it's a very important issue that cannot be made light of, so to speak. So the important thing here in this whole story is that on one level, Avram realized that he and Lot were not on the same page. On the other level, hey, he's still my family.
Blood is thicker than water.
Blood is thicker than water. Or as there was a fellow who was not such a good guy that I knew, and I happened to meet his brother. His brother says, I know everything about my brother. He's still my brother. And that is what we have to remember, that for Avram, he knew every problem that Lot had. He was still his relative. And that obligated him to help him. Something to think about.